So I reviewed this flashlight a while back, and it's actually one of my favorite true defensive flashlights. The functionality of it, the rotary switch, everything works exactly as I'd expect. And on top of that, the TAC ring that it comes with is way, way better, if not essential to this light. And yeah, you can use it where basically it gives you 2 full hands free, and you can then have your light set up exactly in line with everything else. You can use it in your hand and it will just lock in, and you can use it for contact. It's a fantastic light, and I was surprised to find that it's actually quite good for EDC as well, because you can simply rotate to the lowest mode, and the TAC ring can be put into your pocket and then rotated so that it's going along the side of your hip, and then you can use the flashlight hands-free. I don't know where I saw this, but wow, what a great functionality that is. I would say that the TAC ring is essential, even though you're going to have to buy it separately. My only real gripe with this light is that it was not included. The same thing is mostly true with this, the TA20. Once again, you got to get the ring. It's going to give you that hands-free functionality by clipping it in your pocket. It's legal. It's not considered a what do you call it? A contact tool, because there's actually a gap there. It's just resting on the flashlight, and in hand it's not going anywhere, which is great. Still has that proud button, only this way it does not actually have the light up tail, so probably saving some energy on that and some money. And on the rotary end, it's a little bit different. There are 3 modes: lock, duty, and TAC. We'll start with TAC, which is the one that is perfect, doesn't need any changes. Proud switch, E-switch, half press gives you turbo, and it is quite a bit of light. In fact, I will give you some stats right here so you can see just how bright this light actually is. And with a full press, you're going to get access to strobe mode. Okay? Now in duty mode, we'll start with lockout. Lockout is obvious. If it's locked, it's not going to work. Go to duty, and this is the only major drawback I have found with the light. It works mostly as I want it to, except for one weird quirk. So if I half press, I get momentary turbo. It always starts on turbo, which I really, really like. No mode memory. Good. If I full press, I get it locked in, so it stays on that mode. From that point, I can simply half press to have it go down. From there, that's medium, and then one more to low. So that's cool. So that's going to be working pretty well. I still think for an EDC, this one's a little bit easier because I can go straight to low. I don't have to blow out my vision, so there's that. But this is actually a little bit more of a defensive light in that both mode sets are designed to always come in on turbo. The only qualm I have with this light is you go from the low mode to a strobe before you go back to high. So if I cycle this through, the last mode in this, the 4th mode, is the strobe mode. So just keep that in mind. So if I half click again, it's going to go to strobe before it goes back to high. It is very annoying to have that somewhere in the the duty setup when it's just present in the TAC anyway, and you're starting out with turbo. Why would anyone want to go from a low mode directly to strobe? It's going to affect the user almost as much, almost as much, but it's going to affect the user dramatically in situations where they might be beginning to get acclimated to a low light scenario. Not ideal. That's the only drawback that I have with this. Some other notable differences between these two are with the reflector. So you have a orange peel style reflector here, and then you have a smooth reflector on the inside here. So still really excellent. They use the same ring for both, so you can kind of mix and match as you see fit. But yeah, I mostly love this light, and it still functions for the purpose that it was intended. It just has that weird quirk that I don't think is necessary to have. So if they do come out with another iteration of this, I absolutely adore the form factor of this light. If they really want to impress me, the only thing I would do is add a fourth setup here where it simply comes in on the lowest of the three and goes up instead. So you can call it EDC, okay? If you really, really want to impress me. So all I do is like switch to EDC, and then I know when I'm turning it on, I'm going to come on my lowest mode. I mean, it could be past the lock, it could be really far away. I don't know. I'm just saying that that would be the only thing I can think of to make this light better outside of just removing that strobe from the duty setup. All right, that's pretty much it for today. As always, thank you for your time, and we'll talk again soon.